2023 is already shaping up to be a huge mess for Ram truck and Jeep dealerships. Ram truck sales are down 17%, the Jeep Wrangler has been recalled due to fire risks, and both Ram and Jeep have vehicles sitting on dealer lots as long as 785 days. Ram and Jeep dealers are in some serious trouble in 2023, and things are about to get ugly. Despite vehicles sitting on dealer lots for months and sales declining into record lows for Ram down 17% and Jeep down even more at 20% for the first quarter of 2023, Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares seems to be in total denial that anything is actually going wrong. Tavares allowed dealers to charge huge markups on popular vehicles, raise the MSRP of new trucks and SUVs by thousands, and is trying to turn the popular brand from an affordable option into a luxury one that most Americans can no longer afford. I'm a huge fan of the Jeep brand and have owned several Wranglers over the past few years, and the Ram trucks are slowly growing on me, especially after the introduction of the TRX. Recently I've been looking at trading my 2015 Rubicon for a new 2023 as mine is getting close to 90,000 miles. However, when I got to the dealership, I had some insane sticker shock at the new Rubicon prices, and when I got to the row with all the Ram trucks, I almost pooped my pants. Back in 2015, my 6-speed Wrangler with cloth seats had an MSRP of just $37,485. Now in 2023, that same style of Jeep Rubicon with a manual transmission and cloth seats sits at a whopping MSRP of $54,095. And this is just the low end of the Jeep price range. A high trim level 4xe Rubicon can drain your pockets at an insane $65,900. And that's after over $2,700 in manufacturer discounts. And don't even get me started on the new Jeep Grand Wagoneer. That price nearly gave me a heart attack. Jeep is not the only victim of higher prices. Ram prices are an average of $15,000 more than they were just 3 years ago, and it seems like they're taking notes from Ford when it comes to pricing. Despite having some lower trim level options on dealer lots coming in way below what's available at Ford, Ram and Jeep prices are out of control, and right now they're just sitting on dealer lots collecting the spring pollen. To make things even worse, Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares said that they were going to double down on their EV investment and even began shutting down factories to cover the added cost of future manufacturing. The future of Ram and Jeep is getting scary, and it seems like the dealers are going to be in big trouble for the rest of 2023. All you have to do is walk around any Jeep Ram dealership, and it's easy to see why things are going to get even worse. In my last video, we went to the Ford dealership in Boise, Idaho, where I was a couple months back, just to see what the situation was like and if it's changed, and it really hasn't changed at all. In fact, it looked like it got a lot worse. There was so many more Fords at that dealership than there was before. So in this video, we're going to go to Jeep, Ram, and Dodge right here in Boise, Idaho, just to see what the situation is like for some other brands around here. And then we're going to go down to Toyota just to check out what they got going on. And not really for the Toyotas, we might look at a couple of those, but because I know they have like a ton of used Jeep Wranglers, and they also have a couple of Rubicon 392s, and just for fun I want to check those out. And I know this dealer does quite a bit of like market adjustment type of stuff on their used vehicles and even some of their new ones sometimes. So let's go see what those prices are right after we go to this Jeep and stuff. All right, we are here at the Jeep dealership, and they actually have quite a significant amount of inventory. This lot is really full. It's not as big as the dealership back in Rockwall, Texas, you know, just outside of Dallas, but they have a ton here. So let's walk around. Let me show you what they got for like the Jeep stuff, and then we'll go over here, and they've got a whole row of Ram trucks back here, over here, and then they've got some more kind of off in the distance over there, second row that goes literally all the way down. We got some Jeep Wranglers on the left here. We got a bunch of Gladiators on the right, and the Gladiators actually go all the way down, more than halfway. All right, so we got the 4xe like hybrid electric one here. This is a Rubicon in like this cool yellow color. 2023 four-door Rubicon 4xe, base price of $60,585 with a bunch of add-ons. Destination charge of $1795. Total price $68,650, which is honestly pretty expensive for a small little SUV, but these Rubicons have been getting really expensive, and the prices have kind of gotten a little bit insane. We got another 4xe over here, and let's just look at the price of this real quick. Pretty much the same, $68,650 right there. And I'm also doing this kind of a little bit for selfish reasons. This market's a little bit tough to do it in, but I don't want a 4xe. I want something a little bit further down this row. We got a little bit lower trim level here, but it does have the steel bumpers, which is a amazing option. And if you're gonna get these, always put the steel bumper on it. Well, the window sticker is kind of down there, but base price of $35,195, and I can't see. Oh my God, that's difficult. I can't see what the actual price is, but base is 35. Let's say it's like 10 grand in options, but I don't know. So that one was a big fail. Let's try this green one. It looks pretty much like the same, just different green color. And this is actually the color that I'm looking for. Window sticker is not there. It's down there on the ground, and it looks like 50. Well, not the ground, it's in the back seat for some reason, and it's 50,000 bucks. I'm not sure why these lower trim levels have the window sticker taken out to where it's hard to read. That's kind of annoying. All right, so we got a Rubicon here in the Sting Gray color. Base price of $47,495. Sting Gray clear coat exterior paint, leather seats, which is nice, 8-speed automatic. You know, all the normal stuff that comes with it. It does have the off-road camera and the hinge gate reinforcement, and that comes all the way up to $66,270 from $47,495. So it could start pretty low, but once you load it up on options, it becomes like close to the prices of what like those $60,000 F-150s are. But obviously this is a little bit different. It has a special purpose. And it also does have the steel bumper. Highly recommend it. Now moving over to the Gladiators, this looks like a lower trim level here. It looks like a base actually. It does have a weird stop sale sign, so I don't know if there was a recall on it or whatever, but we got a Jeep Gladiator Sport 2023 4x4. Base price of $38,305. This one actually barely has any options, which is kind of cool because you can get this for $39,735. But honestly, it's gonna do the truck job for you. So if you're looking for a truck with 4 doors, a good size, decent bed, full-wheel drive, I mean, this is a killer deal. This is under 40 grand for a full-size Gladiator. That's pretty cool. And then you jump up to this Mojave, which is a little bit higher, more like a Rubicon-ish package, but it doesn't have like the front and rear lockers. 2023 base price of $50,995. All the little options for $60,085. So quite a significant difference between this base model that's 34 grand and this one that bumps it all the way up to 60. But all this stuff's not necessary unless you're really going off-road a lot. So we got a black Rubicon Gladiator right here. Steel bumper. You should definitely always get that on your Rubicon. A base price of $48,025. Of course, all the Rubicon-y options here, totaling $61,625. And here's what's cool about Jeep and Ram. To fight these rising prices and all of these high interest rates, Jeep is actually offering crazy incentives right now, sometimes up to almost like 10% off on Jeep, Ram, and Dodge products. And then the dealership also gives a couple grand off of that. And that's a crazy difference from Ford. Ford wasn't really showing any manufacturer rebates, and then the dealership only had like $1,000 to $2,000 off. But let's look at these Ram truck prices real quick, and then we'll head on over to Toyota to see what they got over there. So we got this whole row of Rams all along the back, all the way down there. You got a row of Ram trucks basically all the way to the end, and it goes really far back. So let's take a quick look at some of these truck prices and compare it to Ford. Like, I'm no Ram expert, obviously, but from what I've seen, some of these can be a little bit better deal, especially if you get that 4 to 6 grand off in rebates, which is insane. And right away, it looks like we're actually off to a pretty good start. We got this Ram 1500 with the e-torque V6 engine. Pretty standard, you know, cloth seats, but automatic transmission, you know, just like enough for a truck to be. We got a base price of $49,125, and then really not charging for any options other than this Bighorn package, which is like the Uconnect and Apple CarPlay and fog lamps and heated seats, and really the stuff that you know, the only stuff that you really need, for a total price of $52,915. And it is a 2023 1500 Bighorn crew cab, full-wheel drive. And of course, if you add those dealer rebates into it, you're at like $45,000, which is pretty freaking insane. But let's go down the road just a little bit and see if we can find one of these higher trim levels. So we got a 2500 heavy duty back here, and this is where the price gets a little bit insane for a truck. Got a 2500 heavy duty Cummins turbo diesel Ram, big old 4-door, a little bit bigger on the cab. 2023 limited night mega cab 4x4, base price of $77,000. You got a ton of options here. These equipment groups get pretty expensive at $69.30. The Cummins is almost 10 grand, plus the destination charge, bringing this up to $103,280. I honestly did not expect to see a $100,000 diesel truck from Dodge. Like, that just blows my mind. Let's go see if we can find one with a V8. All of these are diesels. Let's see what this is real quick. $74,000. Okay, now we're getting into Ford price territory here. All right, I found a pretty blue 1500 Hemi e-torque. All the chrome bits, super nice brown leather. I feel like this is gonna be expensive. Ram 1500 Longhorn crew cab 4x4 2022, so it's been sitting on this lot for a while. MSRP of $67,890. We got a little row of Grand Cherokees here. It goes pretty far all the way back up to the Wranglers and then shoots all the way down here over to some Dodges over there. But because we're here, let's go check out a couple prices on these real quick. Let's check out this white one with the black trim. Getting kind of pricey, $55,245. That's a Cherokee Altitude. Does have full wheel drive. I guess if you want a little family SUV, you're still paying 55 grand. That's getting kind of pricey. I know mentally I justify that the Jeep Wrangler price is okay, but that's because I'm a little bit of a Jeep nerd. This one looks interesting here with the blue tow hooks. I'm guessing that's the hybrid electric one. Yeah, we got a 2023 Cherokee Overland 4xe, $70,770. So Jeep has been going up in their prices a lot lately. And what they're trying to do is actually become more of a luxury brand. All right, I think you get the point with all this Jeep and Dodge stuff. Let's go down to Toyota, and just for fun, let's go check out these two 392 Wranglers that I know they got there and kind of see what they're asking for some of the used Toyotas and Jeeps that they have over there. I think they also have a couple of Ram pickup trucks, so I'm just curious to see if they have like a TRX or anything. All right, we made it to Toyota in the trusty Rubicon Jeep, and obviously we're here to look at these two Rubicon 392s, but I did notice they had a couple of new Tundras, and I wanted to see if they had a Sequoia. They do have some used TRD Pros over there on the Tacomas too, so I want to check that out. But here we are, we got a Rubicon 392 in a very beautiful black color. I love the gold accents on it. This one does have the 33s, and it looks like they have a market-based price of $78,995. And honestly, that's right around what the MSRP is. I think MSRP on these was running around like 78 to 80 grand on the non-extreme recon packages. But over here, that one's $78,985. But over here, this one does have the Extreme Recon package, which honestly, if you're gonna pony up 80, 90 grand for this, just spend like 5 grand more to get the Recon package. Because on the Recon, you get 35-inch tires, you get these nice flares that go all the way across the body, on the front and the back, and the 35s just look so dang good. Honestly, this is really the one that I want. I want the 392 with the Extreme Recon, but the budget just doesn't fit it right now. But dang, does that look super good. I mean, look at that scoop. And of course we are at Toyota, but the crazy thing is Toyota is still having a little bit of trouble getting cars right now. Way back there, there is 2 Tundras. Those are the only Tundras that they have. I don't see a single new 4Runner, but they do have a row of used 4Runners right here and a row of TRD Pro Tacomas all the way back there. All right, I found a big row of used trucks, and they had a couple of Fords here. They got a Raptor over there. They got some Tundra, TRD Pros, and other whatnot over here. So let's take a look at this TRD Pro. It is used, but I'm not sure how much mileage it has. It does have some aftermarket fuel wheels with some brand new 35-inch tires. Looks like it's got all the nice TRD Pro leather seats and fancy trim. And I bet it's kind of stupid expensive. $85,995 market-based price. All right, I found something that I don't see too many of, but there's some that lurk around here and there, and most of them are used. Got a pretty sick Ram TRX here. Obviously, we know this is going to be expensive. New open country tires. Looks really good in white. 6.2 liter supercharged. Here's where it makes me take a crap in my pants. $92,995 market-based price. As you can see, even on a little bit on the used market, trucks are just sitting. These are all different kind of brands, and man, they are just super packed. So it seems like kind of no matter where I go, the story is the same. I also talked to one of the sales guys here, and he said, things were a little bit slow. They have a ton of inventory. They are making some sales, but obviously this is Toyota, and you really don't see very many Toyotas. We do have a couple of Tacomas here, and some and some used Tundras sprinkled out. They do have a bunch of more used Toyotas back there. But regardless, you know, truck prices are still pretty high, and I'm not really sure how long it's going to take before we get a little bit of relief from these high prices.